You will be born in Mumbai, India. Your fate, your wealth, and your entire future will depend on one arbitrary thing: your caste. You will pay over 50,000 rupees just for a tiny room in a slum. You will face an education system so brutal that students study 18 hours a day just to survive the competition. You will live in a city where billionaire skyscrapers literally cast shadows on corrugated tin roofs without running water. Can a low-caste boy escape the slums through raw talent? How much does a lavish high-caste wedding actually cost? Will the ancient caste system crash into modern dating rules? And how do people survive the most expensive real estate market in the country on a beginner salary? You will find out about this in a few minutes. This is Mumbai. This is a series of videos where we live an entire life from birth to death in different Indian cities as members of different castes. Today we live this life in one city from the perspective of two characters. Both have an average standard of living within their castes, but their starting points are worlds apart. The population of Mumbai is over 21 million people, crammed into just over 600 square kilometers. The chance of being born here is roughly 1 in 400 globally. Mumbai is the financial capital of India. It handles over 70% of India's maritime trade. The city is famous for Bollywood, producing over 1,000 movies a year, yet over 40% of its massive population lives in sprawling slums right next to intense luxury. Now, let us return to our heroes with entirely different destinies. We first meet Ananya. She is a girl born into a high-tier Brahmin caste. Her family enjoys an upper-middle-class status. Her father works as an IT project manager, and her mother is a university professor. Next, we have Rahul. He is a boy born into the Dalit caste, historically known as the lowest tier. His family falls into the lower working-class status. His father works as a city sanitation worker, and his mother is a domestic helper in high-rise apartments. Ananya is a Brahmin girl growing up in a spacious 3-bedroom apartment in the upscale suburbs of Andheri West. Her home is incredibly comfortable, featuring air conditioning and modern appliances. Her parents are highly respected in the community. At the age of 3, she starts attending a private, upscale preschool where they focus on English fluency and early arts. Rahul is a Dalit boy growing up in Dharavi, one of the largest slums in Asia. His family lives in a single, cramped 10-foot room with a tin roof. They have no private bathroom and must use public toilets outside. His parents are barely respected by the upper society. At age 4, Rahul goes to an underfunded government preschool. He mostly goes there because the state provides a free hot midday meal to fight child malnutrition. In Mumbai, children start primary school at 6 years old. The unique feature of this city is the insane cutthroat competition just to get a seat in primary schools, with parents lining up overnight for admission forms. Ananya goes to an elite private international school. The preparation and yearly fees cost her parents around 4 lakh rupees every single year. She wakes up at 6 in the morning, takes a private air-conditioned school bus, and studies until 3 in the afternoon. She eats a nutritious homemade lunch packed in a steel tiffin box. After her 6 daily lessons, she attends private mathematics tutors and classical dance sections. For fun, she goes to air-conditioned shopping malls on weekends. Rahul goes to a free government school. His basic supplies cost his family around 2,000 rupees a year. He wakes up at 5 in the morning to stand in line at the public water tap so his family has clean water for the day. He walks miles to school, sitting in a classroom with 60 other kids. After 5 basic lessons, he has no money for tutors. He spends his free time playing street cricket in the narrow slum alleys with a taped tennis ball. Both must face the dreaded board exams in the 10th and 12th grades. These exams dictate their entire futures. These standardized tests are incredibly difficult. The pressure is immense because Indian society links a child's exam scores directly to family honor and future marriage prospects. It is so stressful that teenagers often suffer massive mental health crises, studying late into the night while parents monitor them constantly. Do you think putting this much intense pressure on a 16-year-old builds character, or is it too cruel? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Military service in India is purely voluntary and lasts a minimum of 4 years under new recruitment schemes. Ananya has absolutely no interest in joining. In Mumbai, wealthy high-caste families prefer their children to become engineers or doctors. Rahul desperately wants to join. For a poor Dalit boy, the army provides a magical escape from poverty. It grants massive social respect, a guaranteed salary, and heavy meals. However, the physical rallies are absolutely punishing. Tens of thousands of boys run barefoot on dusty tracks for a tiny handful of spots. It is a true test of brutal endurance. Sadly, Rahul misses the cutoff time by 2 seconds and is rejected. To get into a university, students must take national entrance exams. Top colleges are highly desired. Ananya scores well and stays in Mumbai, attending a premium private engineering college. Her parents happily pay the huge fees of roughly 3 lakh rupees annually. She lives at home in absolute comfort, effortlessly balancing studies with weekend cafe dates. Rahul relies on a government reservation quota reserved for lower castes to secure a seat in a state-run arts college. This lowers his tuition to just around 20,000 rupees a year. Since his family needs space, he moves into a cheap, extremely crowded student hostel. To survive the cost of food and books, Rahul works overnight shifts at a customer service call center. Exams here are long, theory-heavy marathons. Society expects graduates to immediately secure jobs, bringing huge stress onto the students, perfectly reflecting the struggling economy. Finding a first job in Mumbai takes about 6 to 8 months because millions of graduates migrate here seeking opportunities. Ananya quickly lands a junior software developer role using her college placement cell. Her starting salary is about 60,000 rupees a month. Working a standard 9-to-5 shift, she decides to move close to her office. She rents a modern, shared apartment for roughly 30,000 rupees. After spending on trendy food and app-based cabs, she saves a decent chunk of money. Rahul graduates and spends an agonizing year applying for jobs before landing a junior government clerk position. His salary is strict at just around 25,000 rupees a month. Buying a house in Mumbai is mathematically impossible for him. He is forced to rent a tiny shared room on the distant outskirts for about 10,000 rupees. Most of his remaining money goes to cheap street food and transit. He spends 3 hours every single day crammed into the Mumbai local trains to commute. The local trains during rush hour carry more than double their maximum capacity. People literally hang out of the open doors while the train moves at high speeds. Getting on and off requires physical pushing and fighting through a wall of sweaty bodies. Could you survive a daily 3-hour commute standing on one leg in a crushing crowd? Tell me in the comments. India has significantly more men than women, mostly due to historical cultural preferences for having sons. This makes the marriage market intensely fierce for men. Showing off a romantic partner in public is still socially taboo in many areas of Mumbai. Ananya goes through the traditional arranged marriage route. Her parents use premium matrimonial websites to find a groom exactly from her high Brahmin caste. The groom's family strictly looks for fair skin, elite education, and a wealthy family background. The marriage is a massive 3-day festival costing her parents over 20 lakh rupees. Following standard culture, Ananya and her new husband take a massive bank loan to slowly purchase an expensive high-rise flat. Rahul accidentally finds love organically at his government office. They have a rare love marriage, though fortunately she is from a similar caste status which prevents fierce community backlash. The bride's family primarily looked at his secure government job, which guarantees financial safety. They marry in a very simple temple ceremony, costing around 50,000 rupees. Due to low income, they accept that they will rent small apartments for the rest of their lives. Both couples decide to have 2 children, which is the modern average. Women get 26 weeks of paid maternity leave by law, but men get almost 0 guaranteed paternity leave in the private sector. Arranged marriages still have a severely low divorce rate in India compared to the West. Do you think parents actually know what is best for your love life? Comment your opinion below. Retirement in Mumbai officially kicks in at age 60. Ananya lives a lavish old age. Thanks to heavily compounding private investments and corporate provident funds, she pulls in over 1 lakh rupees a month. She spends her final years attending expensive yoga retreats, hosting high society dinners, and traveling to foreign countries to visit her children. Rahul relies completely on a government pension scheme. He receives a modest around 12,000 rupees a month. In expensive Mumbai, this is barely enough for basic groceries and medicines. Following deep Indian traditions, he moves into the small home of his eldest son, relying completely on his family for care. He spends his old age sitting by the neighborhood tea stall, peacefully chatting with other retired working-class men under the shade of banyan trees. Mumbai is a breathtaking island of dreams, but it is also a city of extreme, unapologetic contrasts. Your starting line often dictates exactly how heavy your burden will be. So whose life would you rather live? The comfortable, heavily pressured, high society path of Ananya, or the grinding, fiercely resilient climb of Rahul?